Hello, everyone! I traveled 3,172 miles to Ireland and visited bookstores. 8 of them. Here are the fruits of my labor and why I decided to purchase each. Starting with Hodges Figgis, I bought The Sunlit Man by Brandon Sanderson. I've loved his Stormlight Archive books for their characters and world building, and am excited to add a new standalone adventure to my roundup. I also bought Star Wars Revenge of the Sith by Matthew Stover. A novelization of the movie, it was recommended by workers at the store as better than it has any right to be. From a big Star Wars fan, we'll see. While visiting Chapters bookstore, I bought Death's End by Cixin Liu. It's the final book in the now iconic Remembrance of Earth's Past trilogy, which was recently turned into a Netflix series. I've greatly enjoyed the other two, and look forward to diving into this one. From The Winding Stair, I bought Dracula by Bram Stoker. I did this to support the shop's heavy focus on classic literature and because, according to Time magazine, Bram Stoker is Irish. As it turns out, he wrote the novel through interviews and researching events across Whitby and London. The finished product is hailed as a classic, and how can it not, with such haunting prose?
The castle is on the very edge of a terrific precipice. As far as the eye can reach is a sea of green treetops and silver threads where the rivers wind in deep gorges through the forest.
I came out with a few books after visiting Doubray Books. First up was Dreamer of Dune by Brian Herbert, a biography detailing the life story of the author of Dune, Frank Herbert. This book couldn't be more perfect for a sci-fi, Dune-obsessed nerd like me. Next up is Frankenstein by Mary Shelley. I can't wait to add another classic book to my collection, especially one that has inspired so many future stories. Finally, I bought Myths of the World by Ed Tony Allen. I'm a fan of mythology, so a book covering the entire world checks a lot of boxes for me. I also love the colors and images inside. It makes for a very appealing TBR. At Charlie Barnes' bookshop, I bought The Phantom Tollbooth by Norton Juster. I've wanted to read this modern classic ever since I was a kid, so I'm happy I can now have that chance. At Banner Books, I bought Small Things Like These by Claire Keegan. It was recommended by the worker at the bookshop, and I look forward to reading this, as I probably would not have picked it up without such a recommendation. I also bought the first Chronicles of Narnia book written by C.S. Lewis, another modern classic, and written by an Irish author. What more could a man ask for? At the Gutter Bookshop, I bought another 2 books. The first was Norse Mythology by Neil Gaiman, a more specific mythos, but one I find myself particularly interested in learning about from every angle. It's arguably the second most iconic mythos besides Greek. Second, I bought Earthsea, the first 4 books by Ursula K. Le Guin. I recognize these from the Studio Ghibli film, and as a fantasy fan, I find it appealing to add this story to my collection. Finally, I visited Temple Bar Bookshop, where I bought a copy of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone in Gaelic. While I cannot read it, I hope to use it and my London copy to start an international Potter collection, a mark of how many places I've visited. The books are all on my bookshelf now, lined up in a row. Whenever I walk past them, I feel a swelling in my heart. With each one, I am right back in the place where I bought them, whether big or small, old or new, or everything in between.